That's why we're here today. So we're going to dispense with our awards, and we would ask each player as we call your name to come up here to the stage to receive your award, and yes, to say a word or two, or three, or if you feel inclined, 4 or 5, or as many as 25, or 50, or 100 if you'd like. We get them in all flavors, typically speaking, so you're more than welcome, and we'd love to hear from you. So we'll get started. Each and every week, we are charged with selecting a player of the week, a singular person, for each week, and Ed Daniels, Rick Gailey, and I are charged with that. It's very difficult to do because a lot of people accomplish great things on a weekly basis, but we can only pick one. So these 15 gentlemen are representing their outstanding schools here today. We start with week 1, Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 1, sponsored by yours truly and SportsNoah.com and WGSO Radio, is running back Devon Ben of John Curtis Christian. A senior, Ben rushed 19 times for 180 yards and 3 touchdowns. He returned a punt 85 yards for a 4th touchdown and returned a kickoff for 12 yards as the Patriots downed a good Landry Walker squad 41-20. Ben is coached by JT Curtis. JT, take a bow. And also, I want to recognize Devon's parents, if you will, take a bow too. The Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 1 is running back Devon Ben of John Curtis Christian. Devon?
First, I want to thank God. I want to thank my parents. I want to thank Coach JT and all the great coaches we have on our staff for giving me a great season. And I want to thank the Quarterback Club for giving me this award.
Our Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 2 is junior running back Bruce Jordan Swilling of Brother Martin. Jordan Swilling played just the first half in this game, but check this out. He carried 19 times and set school records with 343 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns as the Crusaders defeated St. Stanislaus 68-21. A junior, Jordan Swilling, had touchdown runs of 8 and 13 yards in the first quarter and scored runs of 2, 49, 80, and 82 yards in the second quarter as they built a 47-14 halftime lead. Bruce is coached by Mark Bonice, and I know John Norris is here today. Take a bow. And we'd also like to recognize Bruce's parents, if you will, take a bow as well. Our player of the week for week number 2 is Bruce Jordan Swilling of Brother Martin High School.
First and foremost, I just want to thank my parents and my coach staff, and also my teachers for leading me down the path to success. And I also want to thank my team for just being there for me from the times I needed them, and making me have a good season. And I just want to thank everyone really for the support.
Congratulations, Bruce. We want to salute the sponsor of the Brother Martin table, Jim Ravanack and Compliance Technology Group Incorporated, along with Brother Martin High School and Tommy Mitchell. We thank them for their support. Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 3, sponsored by Anthony Impastato and the law firm of Frischurz, Pullyard, Frischurz, and Impastato, is linebacker Derek Munson of Archbishop Rummel. A junior, Munson was all over the field as Rummel down Wayne County, Mississippi, 27-16 in a nationally televised game on ESPN2. Munson had 20 total tackles, including 17 solos and 2 assists as well. He forced 2 fumbles and added an interception. On special teams, 2 tackles and forced a 3rd fumble and had a fumble recovery for good measure. Munson is coached by Jay Roth. Jay, take a bow. And we'd like to salute Derek's parents as well. Please take a bow. Our player of the week for week number 3 is junior linebacker Derek Munson of Archbishop Rummel. Derek?
First and all, I want to thank my mom for everything she did for me. Then I want to thank my dad. I want to thank my coach, Jay Ross, my linebacker coach, Mr. Carday Hankton, and leave all the quote that he always tell me. He always told me not to be the best football player I could be, but the best human being I could be. Greater pride.
Our Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Prep Player of the Week for week number 4 is quarterback Cohen Grenier of Destrehan High School. A junior, Grenier completed 16 of 24 passes for 294 yards and 4 touchdowns, and he rushed 5 times for 32 yards as Destrehan whipped their rival, Hunville, 48-23 in a big 7-5A contest. Grenier is coached by Steve Robichaud. Steve, take a bow. And we want to recognize Cohen's parents as well. Please take a bow. Our Player of the Week for week number 4 from Destrehan High School is Cohen Grenier. Cohen?
I want to thank my family first, along with my coach, Stephen Robichaud. And I want to thank my God and my team for all the support they've given me. And I appreciate all the support anybody else has given me. Thank you.
Congratulations, Cohen. Our Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Player of the Week for week number 5, quarterback Justice McCoy of St. Augustine High School. A junior, McCoy ran and passed St. Aug to a come-from-behind 47-44 victory over rival Brother Martin. McCoy completed 19 of 31 passes for 340 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he rushed 23 times for 130 yards and 2 scores as the Purple Knights rallied from a 17-point deficit to beat the previously unbeaten Crusaders. McCoy is coached by Al Jones. Al, take a bow. I would like to recognize Justice's parents, family as well. Please take a bow. St. Augustine table. We appreciate their support. Will Brown, Harry Henderson, attorney-at-law. We thank Betty Jones for his support of the Destrehan table as well. And once again, our Player of the Week for week number 5 is Justice McCoy of St. Augustine High School. Justice?
I just want to thank everybody that's been there for me since day one. Family, coaches, friends. Thank you.
Our Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 6, sponsored by Vic Hughes, Tim Levy, and John Hughes, is running back Trey Regas of Archbishop Shaw. A senior, Regas rushed 29 times for 227 yards and 4 touchdowns as the Eagles held off St. Augustine 42-39 in a Catholic League thriller. Regas became the all-time leading rusher in Archbishop Shaw history this season. He is coached by Scott Bain's father. Scott, take a bow. And we'd like to recognize Trey's family and parents as well. Please be recognized. Our Player of the Week for week number 6 from Archbishop Shaw, Trey Regas. Trey?
I just want to thank God and also want to thank my mom for supporting me every game, coming to home game, visit the game, and also want to thank my head coach for giving the opportunity to play this year. And also thank everybody that came here tonight, this evening.
Congratulations. Our Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club, sponsored by the Sports Foundation, Player of the Week for week number 7 is from Country Day High School, and he is Jace Griffin. Sponsored by Ron Ashley, we thank him for his support. Griffin is a senior. He rushed 25 times for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns. He caught 6 passes for 104 yards and a touchdown. He had 3 tackles, intercepted a pass, broke up 3 passes, and probably carried the water bucket as well, as Country Day defeated Sophie B. Wright 56-6. Griffin is coached by Joe Chango. Joe, take a bow. I would like to recognize Jason's family members that are here today as well. Please be recognized. Player of the Week for week number 7 is Jace Griffin of Country Day.
I just want to thank my family, my teammates, and my coaches for always being there for me. I wouldn't be here without them.
We're still waiting for that 100-word honoree here. Way to go. Our Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 8, sponsored by Linda Slayton and Dockside Lineman Incorporated, is Cameron Dantzler, quarterback, St. Thomas Aquinas. A senior, Dantzler rushed 17 times for 241 yards and 4 touchdowns and completed 8 of 13 passes for 170 yards, including an 80-yard touchdown, as the Falcons remained unbeaten with a 56-20 victory over North Lake Christian in a key 7-2A battle. The Mississippi State commit Dantzler is coached by John White. John? We got John out from girls basketball. Pretty good. And we'd like to recognize Cameron's family as well that is here today. Please be recognized. Our player of the week for week number 8 from St. Thomas Aquinas is Cameron Dantzler. Cameron?
First off, I want to thank God, my mom, my dad, my godmother, and I want to thank Coach White for the wonderful season and the whole coaching staff. And I wish I could split this thing to 52 pieces. Without my team, I wouldn't be successful. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank the Quarterback Club for this beautiful award. Have a blessed day.
Okay, that's about 50. We're getting there. Good job, Cameron. Our Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 9, sponsored by Caleb Didrikson, attorney at law, is quarterback Tyreek Starks of Warren Easton High School. A senior, Starks completed 16 of 28 passes for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he rushed 16 times for 99 yards and a touchdown as Warren Easton whipped Edna Carr 40-14 to clinch at least a share of the district championship. In that particular week, they went on to win the district title and went to the state semifinals, much like Cameron and St. Thomas Aquinas did. Starks is coached by Tony Hall. Tony, be recognized. I would like to recognize members of Tyreek's family here as well. Our player of the week for week number 9 is quarterback Tyreek Starks of Warren Easton High School.
I'd like to first start off by thanking God, my family, my wonderful teammates, and my coaching staff that is like no other at Warren Easton. I would like to thank this quarterback club for having me here today. Thank you.
Our Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 10, running back Mason Mitchell of Chalmette High School, sponsored by Ronnie Lamarck and Lamarck Ford. A senior, Mitchell rushed 32 times for 229 yards and 5 touchdowns in a 34-6 victory over Higgins to clinch a share of the 8-5A championship for the Owls. This was the first district championship for Chalmette since 2004, and the Owls reached the state playoffs for the first time since 2010. Mitchell is coached by Jason Tucker. Jason, take a bow. I'd also like to recognize Mason's family members as well. Please be recognized. Our Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 10, running back Mason Mitchell of Chalmette High School. Mason.
First off, I want to thank my mother for always supporting me through everything that I do. Second of all, I want to thank the Quarterback Club for presenting me with this award. And I also want to thank my coaching staff for being able to give me an opportunity to accomplish what I've accomplished this year. And I want to thank everybody that's spent long nights working hard with me to put Chalmette back on the map. Thank you.
Congratulations. Our Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 11, sponsored by J.F. Taylor Jr., is quarterback Miles LaPierre of Isidore Newman School. Junior, LaPierre completed 22 of 27 passes for 267 yards and 2 touchdowns and rushed 13 times for 71 yards and 2 scores as the Greenies went on the road as the 9th seed and beat 8th seeded Episcopal 42-21 in the opening round of the Division III state playoffs. LaPierre is coached by Nelson Stewart. Nelson, take a bow. I would also like to recognize his parents as well, Miles' parents. Player of the Week for week number 11 is Miles LaPierre of Newman High School. Miles?
First and foremost, I want to thank my parents and my family over there for showing support through everything. Next, I want to thank Coach Stu. He's been with me since freshman year. He's the most supportive guy I know. And lastly, I want to thank all my teammates. Those are the guys behind the scenes. I wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for them. And thank you to the Quarterback Club for having me here today. Thank you.
Our Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 12, sponsored by Paul Mayoral of WSLA and Tony Meyer, is quarterback Jeb Kraft of Ponchatoula. A senior, Kraft carried 12 times for 94 yards and completed 6 of 12 passes for 128 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Green Wave shocked the top seed West Monroe 28-21 in the second round of the 5A playoffs. Kraft is coached by Hank Tierney. Hank, take a bow. And we'd like to recognize Jeb's family members here today as well. Please be recognized. Our player of the week for week number 12 is Jeb Kraft of Ponchatoula High School. Jeb?
I'd like to thank my family, and I'd like to thank Coach Hank for all he's done for me over the last 4 years, and thank the quarterback club for having me out today.
Our Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 13 is quarterback Alden Clark of Edna Carr, sponsored by Ro Brown. A junior, Clark completed 26 of 36 passes for 349 yards and 4 touchdowns, and he rushed for a 5th score as the 14-seeded Cougars rallied to upset 11-seed Bastrop on the road 48-36 in the 4A state playoffs. Clark is coached by Bryce Brown. Bryce, take a bow. I'd like to recognize Alden's family members here as well. Please take a bow. Our player of the week for week number 13 is quarterback Alden Clark of Edna Carr High School.
First, I would like to thank my parents, I would like to thank God, and I would like to thank the whole Edna Carr family, Coach Bryce Brown, Coach Torrey Dennis, and thank the quarterback club for presenting me with this award tonight. And I would like to thank my offensive line because I wouldn't have the time to do what I do, if it wasn't for them. So, thank you.
I can't help but notice that Alden has a little cut over his eye. Anybody that saw the 4A state championship game, they went empty backfield, threw the ball in almost every play, and Neville blitzed the A-gap all day. He got hit on every play, and he just kept making good throws. Impressive, tough, way to go. Our Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week for week number 14 is quarterback Jontre Kirkland of Lutcher High School. A junior, Kirkland completed 10 of 16 passes for 152 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he rushed 20 times for 124 yards and 4 touchdowns as Lutcher outlasted West Feliciana 42-36 in a semifinal overtime thriller in the 3A playoffs. Kirkland is coached by Tim Detillier. Tim, take a bow. I'd like to recognize Jontre's family members here as well. Please be noted. Sponsored by the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation and Jay Cicero, our player of the week for week number 14 is Jontre Kirkland of Lutcher High School. Jontre?
First off, I just want to thank God for blessing me with this opportunity to be out here. Just want to thank my family, my coaches, my offensive line, my whole team. I did it for the Bulldogs.
Congratulations. And our final week, week number 15, Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Prep Player of the Week, keeping the theme going from Lutcher High School, is center and linebacker Ben St. Pierre, sponsored by Kevin Connell, attorney at law. A senior, St. Pierre, started at center, played the whole game, helped run the offense, and then on defense had a team-high 9.5 tackles, including 1 for loss plus an interception, as Lutcher down St. James 41-14 to win the 3A state championship. St. Pierre is coached by Jim Detillier. And we'd like to recognize Ben's family members here today as well. Our player of the week for week number 15 is center linebacker Ben St. Pierre of Lutcher High School. Ben?
First of all, I'd like to thank God for giving us the opportunity to be here today. My mom, my dad, and my family for tremendous support all season. Coach Tim and Coach Rang, our defensive coordinator. Thank you.